Hi everyone. I am Sarah. I will be your host for this presentation. It is my pleasure to be at your service. Revolutionizing patch management, meeting modern infrastructure and workspace needs. In today's ever-evolving digital landscape, patch management has become an essential practice for organizations of all sizes. With new technologies emerging rapidly, the need for effective and efficient patch management solutions continues to grow. The purpose of patch management is to ensure that software and systems are up to date with the latest security patches and software updates. In this way, it helps to safeguard against security vulnerabilities that could be exploited by malicious actors. In recent years, the patch management landscape has undergone a significant revolution to meet the modern infrastructure and workspace needs. Today, most organizations have complex and diverse IT environments that incorporate cloud, on-premise, and hybrid infrastructures, making patch management a much more complex task. As a result, patch management has evolved to include more automated and intelligent solutions to help organizations keep up with the rapidly changing technology landscape. Artificial intelligence, AI, and automation have played a significant role in this evolution. With the ability to analyze data quickly and accurately, AI-powered solutions can identify potential vulnerabilities and automate the patching process. This has helped organizations to keep up with the ever-increasing number of security patches, reducing the risk of exploitation by malicious actors. As the trend towards AI-powered operations, AIOps, platforms continues, we can expect patch management solutions to become more intelligent and automated. These solutions will be able to analyze data more effectively and identify potential vulnerabilities in real time, enabling organizations to patch their systems more quickly and efficiently. Beyond AIOps, we can expect patch management solutions to become more integrated with other security solutions. This integration will enable organizations to take a more holistic approach to security and ensure that all aspects of their IT environment are secure and up to date. Understanding patch management. Patch management is an essential process for ensuring the security and reliability of software and systems across a variety of endpoints. It involves identifying, testing, and deploying software updates, or patches, to operating systems and software applications. The purpose of this process is to keep systems up to date with the latest patches and security updates, safeguarding against potential security vulnerabilities. For large organizations that manage thousands of endpoints and devices, patch management can be a complex and time-consuming task. To simplify this process, patch management software, also known as a patch manager, can be used. Patch managers provide a centralized platform that allows organizations to manage the entire patch management process, from identifying patches to deploying them across multiple endpoints. Patch management software typically includes features such as automatic patch detection, testing, and deployment, which can help reduce the risk of system downtime and potential security breaches. It also allows organizations to schedule patches and updates to be deployed during off hours, minimizing disruption to end users. In addition to simplifying the patch management process, patch management software can also provide reporting and communication capabilities. This is particularly useful for organizations that need to report on their patch management activities to various stakeholders, including regulators, auditors, and customers. Patch management software can also help organizations to prioritize patches based on their severity and criticality. This ensures that the most critical patches are deployed first, reducing the risk of security breaches and system downtime. As the number of endpoints and devices continues to grow, patch management software will become increasingly essential. It will also become more intelligent and automated, using technologies such as AI and machine learning to detect potential vulnerabilities and automatically deploy patches across multiple endpoints. Why is patch management important? Patch management is a crucial process for ensuring the security and reliability of software and systems. It involves identifying, testing, and deploying software updates or patches to address vulnerabilities that are discovered through vulnerability assessments, scans, and reports. The process is critical for keeping systems up to date with the latest security updates and ensuring that software runs smoothly and securely. One of the primary reasons why patch management is crucial is that it addresses vulnerabilities. Vulnerability assessments and scans help identify potential security vulnerabilities that could be exploited by malicious actors. Patches provide a way to fix these vulnerabilities and reduce the risk of security breaches. In addition to addressing vulnerabilities, patch management helps ensure that software runs smoothly. Patches fix bugs and other issues that can cause software to crash or malfunction. This is essential for maintaining the reliability of software and ensuring that end users can use it without experiencing problems. Another critical reason why patch management is crucial is that it addresses known security vulnerabilities. Software vendors and security researchers frequently discover security vulnerabilities in software, and they release patches to fix these vulnerabilities. By applying these patches, organizations can ensure that their systems are more secure and less vulnerable to attack. Moreover, patch management is an ongoing process, as new vulnerabilities are discovered regularly. This means that organizations must remain vigilant and ensure that their software is always up to date with the latest security patches and updates. Patch management and vulnerability management. Patch management and vulnerability management are closely related processes that are essential for ensuring the security and reliability of software and systems. The output of the vulnerability management process includes a list of systems and devices that may be at risk and require patching. Patches, on the other hand, are updates that address specific vulnerabilities in software. Vulnerabilities are weaknesses in the security of a software program or operating system that can be exploited by attackers. These vulnerabilities can range from minor issues to critical security flaws that can compromise the security of a system or network. Vulnerability management processes help identify these vulnerabilities through regular scanning and testing, allowing organizations to prioritize patches and updates accordingly. Patches are often used to address security vulnerabilities. They provide a means of fixing the vulnerabilities discovered through vulnerability management processes. Patches can be released by software vendors or security researchers and are designed to address specific vulnerabilities in software. By applying these patches, organizations can ensure that their systems are secure and less vulnerable to attack. While general software updates can include a range of different features and improvements, patches are typically focused on addressing specific vulnerabilities. This means that organizations must prioritize patches based on their severity and potential impact on the organization's security and operations. Patch management and vulnerability management are ongoing processes that require continuous attention and effort. New vulnerabilities are discovered regularly, and software vendors release patches and updates to address them. This means that organizations must remain vigilant and ensure that their systems are always up to date with the latest security patches and updates. Patch management and ITIL best practices. In the world of IT service management, ITSM, patch management is a critical process that helps organizations maintain their ITSM objectives. Patch management involves identifying, testing, and deploying software patches to various endpoints to ensure the stability, security, and performance of customer-facing IT services. One of the primary objectives of patch management is to fix bugs and improve the stability and performance of IT services. By identifying and addressing software bugs, organizations can prevent system crashes, reduce downtime, and improve the overall user experience. This can have a significant impact on customer satisfaction and brand reputation. In addition to improving performance, patch management also plays a crucial role in ensuring cybersecurity protection. Security patches are deployed to address vulnerabilities in software that could be exploited by cyber attackers. These vulnerabilities can range from minor issues to critical security flaws that can compromise the security of an organization's systems and data. By deploying security patches, organizations can mitigate these threats and reduce the risk of a cyber attack. Furthermore, patch management is essential for regulatory compliance and best practices. Compliance requirements often mandate the deployment of security patches to ensure ongoing cybersecurity protection. Patch management helps organizations organize and streamline the deployment of security patches to minimize gaps in cybersecurity defenses. To effectively manage patches, organizations often rely on patch management software, also known as a patch manager. This software automates the process of identifying, testing, and deploying patches to various endpoints, simplifying the process and providing a means to report on progress and communicate it with various stakeholders. Patch management process. Patch management is a critical process that involves identifying, testing, and deploying software updates, or patches, to various operating systems and applications within a network. The primary goal of patch management is to ensure that all systems and applications are up to date with the latest security updates and patches, protecting them from potential threats and ensuring smooth business operations. To effectively manage patches, organizations may need to deploy multiple patch management systems. These systems can vary depending on the enterprise context and scenario. For instance, some organizations may need different patch management systems to handle various operating systems and third-party applications. In contrast, others may pursue a unified approach to manage patches across their entire network. Multiple patch management systems can help organizations tailor their patch management processes to their specific needs. For instance, using multiple patch management systems can enable organizations to manage patches for different operating systems or applications more effectively. This approach can help ensure that patches are tested and deployed promptly, reducing the risk of vulnerabilities and other security threats. In contrast, a unified approach to patch management can help organizations streamline their patch management processes, reducing complexity and minimizing the risk of errors. A unified approach can provide a centralized view of all patches across the organization, making it easier to identify and address any vulnerabilities that may arise. Regardless of the approach taken, effective patch management requires a robust system for testing and deploying patches. This process involves ensuring that patches are thoroughly tested before they are deployed to the rest of the systems and devices. Organizations must ensure that patches do not conflict with other software, do not cause system instability, and are effective in addressing the vulnerabilities they are designed to fix. Patch Management and Software Development Lifecycle, SDLC. Patching is a critical process that should be integrated into the software development lifecycle, SDLC, to ensure that software remains up to date and secure. Whether it is performed by operations teams or not, patching plays a crucial role in maintaining the software's stability, security, and overall performance. To ensure that patches are effectively implemented, it is essential to carry out the SDLC process. This process helps to identify and address any issues that may arise during the patching process. By going through the SDLC process, organizations can ensure that patches are tested thoroughly before they are deployed to the rest of the systems and devices. Each update and hotfix that is planned to deploy should undergo the SDLC process to ensure that it works properly. This process involves several stages, including requirements gathering, design, development, testing, deployment, and maintenance. By following this process, organizations can ensure that each patch is thoroughly tested and that any issues are identified and addressed before they are deployed to the rest of the systems and devices. In addition to ensuring that patches are tested thoroughly, integrating patching into the SDLC process can help organizations manage their patches more effectively. By incorporating patching into the SDLC, organizations can better manage their patches, ensure that they are properly tracked and reported on, and that they are deployed in a timely manner. Automated patching. In today's rapidly evolving digital landscape, organizations face increasing cybersecurity threats, and keeping software and systems up to date with the latest patches is crucial. As such, many enterprises have adopted automated patching systems to help streamline and automate the patch management process. Automated patching involves using software tools to scan every endpoint on the network and determine which devices need patching. Once vulnerabilities are identified, the patching tool can automatically download and deploy the necessary updates and patches. One of the key benefits of automated patching is that it can significantly reduce the time and effort required to manage patches manually. With automated patching, organizations can quickly identify and address vulnerabilities without relying on manual processes that can be time-consuming and prone to errors. This approach can help ensure that systems and devices are protected from potential threats, reducing the risk of cybersecurity breaches and other security incidents. Automated patching can also help organizations establish and enforce patching policies consistently. For example, updates and patches can be set for automatic deployment as they become available or at specific times based on rules established by the organization. This approach can help ensure that all systems and devices are up to date with the latest security updates and patches, reducing the risk of vulnerabilities and other security threats. While automated patching offers many benefits, it is essential to ensure that the process is properly managed and monitored. Automated patching tools can occasionally deploy patches that cause issues, such as system instability or application compatibility issues. As such, it is crucial to test patches thoroughly before deploying them and to have a system in place to monitor and manage the patching process continually. Responsibility of the software or system provider. In today's digital age, organizations rely heavily on software and systems to operate their businesses. However, with this reliance comes the risk of cyber threats, such as hacking and data breaches. To mitigate these risks, it is crucial that IT managers prioritize cybersecurity measures, such as patching known vulnerabilities in their software and systems. Typically, it is the responsibility of the software or system provider to identify and patch known vulnerabilities in their products. However, it is the responsibility of IT managers to ensure that these patches are deployed across their business network of systems and devices. Failing to patch known vulnerabilities leaves businesses open to exploitation by cybercriminals who can exploit these weaknesses to gain unauthorized access to sensitive data or systems. Patching known vulnerabilities is not just important for maintaining the security of an organization's IT infrastructure. It is also a legal and regulatory requirement for many industries. Failure to patch known vulnerabilities can result in legal and financial consequences for an organization, including data breaches, loss of intellectual property, and reputational damage. IT managers must have a system in place for identifying and assessing vulnerabilities in their organization's software and systems. They must also have a process for determining the severity of the vulnerabilities and prioritizing which ones need to be patched first. This involves working closely with the software and system providers to understand the risks and impacts of the vulnerabilities and the steps required to patch them. Once patches have been identified and prioritized, IT managers must ensure they are deployed across their organization's network of systems and devices. This includes ensuring that all endpoints, including remote and mobile devices, are up to date with the latest patches. In addition to ensuring that patches are deployed promptly, IT managers must also ensure that they do not cause any disruptions to the organization's operations. This requires proper testing of patches before deployment to identify any potential conflicts or compatibility issues. Application security and patching. In today's fast-paced world, technology is constantly evolving, and as a result, applications and software are becoming increasingly complex. As a result, the security risks associated with these applications and software are also becoming more sophisticated. One of the most effective ways to mitigate these risks is through patch management. Patch management is the process of regularly updating software and applications to fix any vulnerabilities or bugs that may have been discovered since the software's initial release. Patching is an essential component of application security, and it can help protect against data breaches and other cyber attacks. However, patching can be a time-consuming and complex process, particularly when dealing with multiple vendors and software applications. In many cases, software vendors have their own best practices and steps for patching, which can differ from one vendor to another. Despite this complexity, patch management solutions can be invaluable in simplifying the patching process. These solutions automate the deployment of operating system and third-party software patches, helping to ensure that the organization's systems are up to date and secure. However, it is important to note that patch management solutions may not fully automate the entire patching process. Some degree of manual effort may still be required, particularly when it comes to testing patches and ensuring that they do not cause any compatibility issues with other software applications. Despite these limitations, patch management solutions are still incredibly valuable tools for organizations of all sizes. By automating the patching process to the greatest extent possible, these solutions can help reduce the risk of data breaches and other cyber attacks. In addition to helping prevent cyber attacks, patch management solutions can also help organizations meet compliance requirements. Many regulatory frameworks, such as the Payment Card Industry Data Security Standard, PCI DSS, require organizations to maintain up-to-date software and applications to ensure the security of sensitive data. Revolution and change in patch management. As the world continues to move towards the fourth industrial revolution, also known as Industry 4.0, organizations are facing new challenges and opportunities related to managing their IT infrastructure and cybersecurity. New emerging technologies such as cloud computing, Internet of Things, IoT, artificial intelligence, AI, and machine learning, ML, are transforming the way organizations operate and manage their systems and devices. These technologies are also changing the nature of security threats and vulnerabilities, and thus the way organizations need to manage their security patching process. One of the key trends in the patch management space is the shift towards a more proactive and continuous approach to patching. In the past, patching was often seen as a reactive process, where organizations would only patch their systems and devices after a vulnerability had been exploited or a security breach had occurred. However, this approach is no longer sufficient in today's fast-paced and ever-changing threat landscape. Instead, organizations are adopting a more proactive approach to patching, where they continuously monitor their systems and devices for vulnerabilities and apply patches as soon as they become available. This approach is often referred to as continuous patching or continuous vulnerability management. By continuously patching their systems and devices, organizations can reduce their exposure to security threats and minimize the risk of a security breach. Another trend in the patch management space is the use of automation and AI. As organizations manage an ever-increasing number of systems and devices, automation becomes critical to maintaining efficiency and accuracy in the patching process. Patch management solutions that incorporate AI and machine learning can automatically scan systems and devices for vulnerabilities, prioritize patches based on their criticality and impact on operations, and even deploy patches automatically without human intervention. In addition to automation, patch management solutions are also incorporating more advanced reporting and analytics capabilities. With the rise of big data and analytics, organizations are increasingly looking for ways to gain insights into their patching process and make data-driven decisions. Patch management solutions that provide detailed reports on patch compliance, vulnerability trends, and other key metrics can help organizations optimize their patching process and improve their overall cybersecurity posture. Another important trend in the patch management space is the integration with other cybersecurity solutions such as SIEM, Security Information and Event Management, and SOAR, Security Orchestration, Automation and Response. By integrating patch management with other cybersecurity solutions, organizations can create a more comprehensive and effective security ecosystem. For example, if a vulnerability is detected by a SIEM solution, the patch management solution can automatically deploy the patch to the affected systems and devices. Another trend in the industry is the shift towards cloud-based patch management solutions, which offer several advantages over traditional on-premises solutions. Cloud-based solutions can offer more flexibility and scalability, making it easier to manage patching for large, distributed environments. They can also be more cost-effective, as they eliminate the need for expensive hardware and software infrastructure. With the changing nature of the modern workplace, patch management needs to adapt to meet new challenges. With more people working remotely or using mobile devices, patch management must address these new challenges. Mobile device management, MDM, solutions can help ensure that patches are deployed to mobile devices in a timely and secure manner. Similarly, virtual private networks, VPNs, and remote desktop solutions can provide secure access to enterprise systems and ensure that patches are deployed to remote endpoints. To meet the modern infrastructure and workspace needs, patch management solutions are incorporating new technologies such as AI and automation to streamline the patching process and improve efficiency. However, patch management is not a one-size-fits-all solution, and organizations must consider their specific needs and requirements when selecting a patch management system. Overall, patch management is an essential practice that helps organizations maintain the security and integrity of their IT infrastructure. With the right tools and strategies in place, organizations can effectively manage patches and stay protected against potential threats. By adopting a proactive and continuous approach to patching, leveraging automation and AI, and integrating with other cybersecurity solutions, organizations can minimize their exposure to security threats and improve their overall cybersecurity posture. Despite the increasing complexity of IT infrastructure and the evolving threat landscape, patch management remains more critical than ever. Thank you for joining and listening to our presentation. For inquiries, feel free to email us at info@espincorp.com or visit our website. Thank you again.